February 17th. I'd like to start off the meeting with roll call.
And I can capture that in the minutes. It's Faye, Heidi, and Dean are present.
Alrighty. All right, we have the agenda for February 17th. Could I have a motion to approve that agenda?
I so move.
I'll second.
All in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The agenda is so approved. Next up is approval of our minutes for January 20th of 2021. Does anybody have any questions or issues with the minutes, or else I'll make a motion to approve? I make a motion to approve those minutes. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Minutes are approved for the meeting. Excuse me, for last month's meeting. First appeal is for Isaac Vang. Mr. Vang, are you here?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Vang.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Last time we had you on our board, you
Yeah.
indicated that we wanted your therapist to attend the February 17th meeting. Is that person here?
I'm not sure. I did notify her about it. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. There's a Lisa Gibson on the line. I can barely hear her. She just said she's here.
Yeah.
Is that Miss Gibson?
Yes, it is.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate your attending. And for the record, ma'am, could you just state your position that you currently hold?
The name is Lisa Gibson. I'm a therapist at Lockett Enterprises.
Okay, thank you. Before we begin your testimony, I just want to reaffirm, Mr. Vang, you have the right, because we're going to talk about your treatment program, to have that in private or public session. Which would you prefer?
Private.
Okay. So I'm going to need a motion to move to private session. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, just give me a moment. I just need to put one person into the waiting room and then pause the recording.
Okay.
Okay, you may proceed.
All right, we just got out of a private session in which we were able to discuss Mr. Vang's treatment programs that he had, and he had indicated, that we had his therapist in session, and she gave us a synopsis of his treatment program, how he attended, what were changes in his attitude that the board had listened to. So, before we move on to any other questions we may have of him, does anybody want to, ask any additional questions before I ask for a vote?
No.
Okay. So does anybody want to make a motion in regards to Mr. Vang?
I'll make a motion to deny Mr. Vang to 1443 East Mason Street.
Is there a second?
I will.
Okay, before we take a vote, this is a public comment status here as to why you're looking to deny him. Do you guys want to state your reasons, please?
Sure. I'm not comfortable that, he has every right to appeal his case, that's fine. But to basically insinuate that nothing happened. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't here at last month's meeting, but it seemed like when he gave out the list of his crime, it really didn't match after Commander Abel confirmed that it was completely different. So I think he needs probably more treatment, or at least wait until after the appeal case to figure out what actually happened.
Faye, any thoughts on your side?
yes, I guess that I'm just concerned that, even his, something that his counselor said too, I'm just not sure that, that he is truly remorseful, and something must have happened. So, yeah, I'm concerned.
Okay. So right now we have a motion to deny him. So all in favor of that motion, say aye.
I,
Aye. Opposed? Okay, Mr. Bang, you have been denied to move into the city of Green Bay. We will send you notice of that. Again, it doesn't mean that you cannot come back in the future with us if any circumstances have changed, or if your appeal is granted and there's a different ruling. So, do you have any questions?
No, I don't. Thank you for your guys' time. Appreciate
All right,
it.
thank you very much.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Okay. Let's move on to our next appeal. Sorry, I got kicked out of Civic Clerk. Just re-logging back in. All right, here. Our next appeal is for Jonathan Gretzinger. Mr. Gretzinger, are you here?
Yes, I am.
All right, Mr. Gretzinger, we heard your appeal back here to the last time. Right in front of us. Let's take your record here. So you're reappealing. Last time we denied you. So I guess the first thing I'd like to do is, again, state that as we talk about your case, just please make sure that you understand just you only use refer to the person as the victim, not by any surname. So I guess we first want to start off is what's changed since the last time we heard your appeal. I know your packet has a lot more information in it in regards to people that are supportive of you.
Yep.
But is there anything else that you want to bring up? And I'm going to turn it over to you first.
Okay. Well, for one, my risk level for my probation has recently been reduced since our last meeting. It got reduced a couple weeks ago. Also, I'm now in a committed relationship with a woman. She's been interviewed by my probation officer and was approved for a relationship and as a chaperone. And she would be planning to move in with me into the duplex if I'm approved to live there. And those are the two biggest things that are new in my situation. And I believe that you have gotten a copy of my compass evaluation as well.
Yes, that is correct. So could you, I guess, elaborate a little bit more on that and tell us in your own word?
With my compass evaluation, or?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I was evaluated by the PSU and the staffing agent at Dodge when I was incarcerated, and they had assigned me to one, there wasn't any treatment available for me when I was incarcerated, and they told me that I would be doing a one-on-one session when I got out in the community. So that's what I've been doing with my my probation officer right now. I've been doing counseling with her since April. And any other treatment that would be available to me would be putting me with a higher risk level than what I was staffed at through the PSU and the staffing agent in Dodge. From what I understand, it would be more, it would hurt me more than help me if I went through any of that treatment at the higher risk level. And that's, that's just pretty much where I'm at right now. So.
Do you have any plans to do any type of aftercare treatment just within the Green Bay area here in terms of different programs?
I'd be willing to what was available.
Okay. Sir, I'm just looking back here in terms of employment. Are you employed right now within the city of Green Bay?
Yes, I am in Ashwaubenon. I work at Steingarten in Holm, and I'm a department leader.
There, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So how long are you on probation here?
I'll be on probation until October 21st, 2022.
All right. Okay, does anybody have any additional questions for him?
Can I ask about alcohol and drug, or do you want to go into closed session for that?
No, that's fine. I can answer those questions.
Okay. I believe when your offense happened, you had a substance abuse problem. Have you gone through treatment for that?
I have. When I was incarcerated, I went through a substance abuse program and completed it. As part of my ERP, I believe the last time we met, I had sent the certificate of completion for that. And also, I've been talking with my probation officer about substance abuse, and we've done many exercises, behavior chains, different things to keep me out of those situations. And I've been drug free since I've gotten out of prison.
Okay. That was my only question.
Are you required with your PO to get drug tested, and how often?
I am. We haven't had any office visits. They've only been over the Google Duo, over the video. So I haven't actually gotten a physical drug test. But when I start getting office visits again, they will be doing that. Just because of the coronavirus and everything, I haven't been actually physically been able to go there.
Okay. All right. Faye, do you have any questions?
I do not.
All right, does anybody want to make a motion in regards to him?
I will move for approval at the address requested, address specific.
So just for the record, that is 2641 West Point Road, Green Bay, Wisconsin. All right, does anybody want to second that?
I'll second that.
Okay, any comments prior to vote that you have, or anybody want to bring up?
I guess I'll just say that reason why I supported him the first time when he came here, and the second time, he's taken full ownership of everything that he's done, and admitted what he did was wrong. I get that, they can't always get their treatment in when they're in the institutions just because of the wait list for them, or the length of their stay. So, I also look at it that he's got several routes here in Green Bay, has some stability and support, that, I wouldn't be concerned.
Okay, thanks very much, Heidi. All right, I'm gonna, Faye, do you have anything or not, or else we'll move to a vote?
No, I do not. I agree with Heidi.
Okay, all in favor of approving, him to 2641 West Point Road, address specific, say aye.
I,
Opposed? I am opposed. Sir, you have been approved, to move to 2641 West Point Road in Green Bay. Would you like it sent there, or would you like it sent to the thing?
You can send it to 3107 Detroit.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Believe that is our last appeal for the day. Our next meeting is March 17th, 2021. Does anybody have any questions or anything else they'd like to add today? With that, I'm going to make a motion for adjournment. Is there a second?
second,
All in favor, say aye.
I.
Aye. Opposed? All right, we are completed today. I do believe this is a record in my 10 years here. So, thanks everybody. I appreciate. Rachel, is there anything else you need to talk about, or we'll just let everybody go?
No, I think that's it. Thank you for adding comments before making votes so that we can create a complete record. I appreciate that you're working in those changes.
All right. Talk to you later, everybody.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.